avoids using defunding the police because he knows that the Republicans are going to try to grab onto an attack.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
But in reality, his whole platform with police reform is along the lines of the same people who are saying police.
Gotcha.
Just not using the same rhetoric, you know.
Those are some of the things that we can get answers from a senator that will hold local police accountable. He's pro-choice, even though he's a reverend. He's pro-choice. He's pro-police reform. He's very progressive. He's pro-police reform, absolutely, 100% without a doubt.
But he is on our side for defunding these suckers in blue, these police. He's on our side on that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have to touch black voters a minimum of 9 times to remind them to go vote. A minimum.
Exactly.
So that's why everybody's inundated with text messages and phone calls
and he told me that, and he had a problem with that. He goes, I don't understand that. I go, what do you mean you don't understand that? He goes, why do you have to touch him so many times?
Yeah. It's real though. That's the reality, and that costs money though. In the areas that are still rural and red,
yes,
they're getting hostile. There's a lot of tension in those areas.
Oh.
They're using intimidation. All the old school.
All same stuff.
Of the 60s and 70s. Mm-hmm.
So we call that white people stuff. We call that white people stuff.
Huh?
We call that white people stuff.
Yes. 100%. But the bottom line is this, and this is just something that anybody can Google. Democrats traditionally have been, especially in more recent elections, have been extremely strong on criminal justice reform, especially with, the different politicians working alongside Black Lives Matter, looking at creative ways to police the community so that implicit bias is not used, which they have done with so many of these cases where black people have been murdered at the hands of police. There is a lot of crime going on in the city of Atlanta.
Definitely.
By black people against black people. There are black people killing each other inside the city of Atlanta. Whether it's a home invasion, whether it's a carjacking, whether it's a robbery, whether it's just a murder, things are happening that we need to address. Right now, we've got people shooting children that are sitting in cars in Lenox Mall. Black people did that. It wasn't white people. And black people want something done about crime in Atlanta. We still have some social responsibility to each other to address what is going on in our communities. We still have a responsibility between each other. There has to be a contract between black people that we won't kill each other. Yes, we're responsible. We're responsible for that little girl dying, a 7-year-old girl dying, yes. That had nothing to do with racism. There was no white person involved. Police officers are not all good. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are bad. We know that.